Back on the D1 podcast today, we have Coventry's very own Bradley Goldsmith, fresh off a title-winning victory. Amazing human being. Story is absolutely unreal. One of the most humble people to do it. Give this one a listen. About the mind.
Yeah.
So that's why that is real life, real success, real people. Okay. My guy, Brad Goldsmith. Introduce yourself, but please, you're a humble guy. Introduce yourself with chest as a champion.
Wow. Bradley Goldsmith, 27 years of age, soon to be 28. Born and bred in Coventry. Currently a professional boxer with a record of 16-1, 10 knockouts. And as of recently this year, the current Commonwealth International Champion and IBF International Champion. So
Perfect time, my bro,
excuse me.
to get the belt out.
Yeah. Oh, to get out now.
Perfect time to get the belt out.
Okay. To be the one and only. It wasn't rehearsed either.
Yeah.
So this is the one I went back in. It'd be 4 weeks ago tomorrow. So I don't know if we go.
You can put wherever you want.
We go that angle.
Yeah.
Or we go that angle, shining off the lights there. So.
And bro, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty. You got some diamonds on there. Needs a little bit of a clean, to be honest with you, but
still good.
I can.
Can we leave it here?
Yeah, we'll leave it there. But leave it there.
Amazing, bro. I'm so proud. Just to be able to know you and see some of the stuff that you do is absolutely unreal. From work ethic to humility to winning a fight and seeing you out running the next day, the very next morning, to how when I see you running in the streets and you're probably thinking, what's this twat doing beeping past me, sticking his arm out the window. But I genuinely feel this is the beauty of you. I haven't known you massively long. 4 years, 5 years maybe?
Yeah.
But
long enough.
Yeah, long enough. But even I feel I'm invested in your journey. So it's not the same. It's not the case, sorry. But you take a punch, I take a punch with you. You give a punch, I'm right behind your punch like that. And I think that's the beauty of Brad.
Yeah, everything you said there is right, by the way, I think. So, I have got a bit of a tradition whenever I box, I obviously buzzing off adrenaline. I kind of get up the next day, no sleep, just go for a run to try and tire myself out even more. I pay for it a few days later, but yeah, I mean, I did last time, did it the fight before that. So, and then obviously, being local or the distances I do run, I think I probably see you the most actually when I'm running conveniently. You've beeped at me more than once or on a few occasions, shall we say? But yeah, I mean, I think people just, well, I say people, but like kind of how you just explained then, people just see me for me, and yeah, I suppose they like that. So,
bro, so you've done a few of these. We just spoke about it a second ago, and I think that most people will ask you similar questions. Of what I've seen, ask you similar questions. But just if no one has ever seen you before, just briefly, how did it go from Brad the boy, who was stepped into the boxing ring, to Brad the champ, which is it's so fucking good for me to say. But Brad the champ, like Mr. Goldsmith, you can walk into the room and say, "I'm Mr. Goldsmith."
Well, maybe not quite there yet, but in answer to that, consistency, consistency, belief, and dedication. That's the top and bottom. That's what's required in my game, my industry, and almost being a little bit crazy in the sense of I'm gonna make this work. So I've done what I needed to do to get to this point. Now, people obviously, including myself, like I'm very, very grateful and happy to, obviously have that. But it's like anything in life. You get a small bit of success and you start chasing more. So that's the trajectory I've been on for, the past 18 months. It's paid off, by winning this. But as I just said to you before, that before we got going, that's just a stepping stone in the right direction for me, and ultimately that's a tick for me in the sense of, right, okay, I've done this, tick, what's next?
Yeah.
And ultimately what's next is always going to be bigger, better. That's the plan. Boxing's again where it is, winner stays on. So, I've got to just keep doing the things I was doing before that got me to that point.
Yeah.
And if I can be better percentage-wise, going forward, then I will be.
So you're right. I'm going to jump a question.
Yeah.
So winner, you said there, winner stays on.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been boxing for how many years?
Training.
Yeah.
20 years this year.
20 years. So you was 8 years old.
Yeah.
When you're literally like lacing up your gloves and you're getting punched in the face at 8 or punched at 8 years old. Along that way there, you've had so many losses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Obviously, you've won, thankfully, more than you've lost. But you had your first professional loss
Last year.
Go into that a little bit. So how did it feel? What lessons did you learn? Adversity, you knock down, get back up, the stereotypical Rocky saying, put one foot in front of the other. How's that?
Yeah.
Because you're not used to losing.
Yeah. I wasn't used to losing as a professional. I lost over 20 fights as an amateur, albeit I won over 60, but I still had 20 losses, lessons, however you want to call it there. And, going into the professional ranks, it's the pressure's always more because you've finally got people who not just support you, but they're investing in you, So you've got that pressure. You've then got I need to keep my O, this glorified O that no one wants to lose. And yeah, looking back now, it wasn't a loss at all because I was winning the fight, and a small misjudgment on my end is what cost me the fight to gas out, and my opponent's experience is probably what won him the fight. Do you know what I mean? My lack of experience cost me, but I'd like to think I've gone away, looked, assessed, changed what I needed to change, and a few little mindset adjustments, and ever since I've been on a good run, picking up 2 titles, I've had 4 fights since now. 4 fights since now, 2 title fights. So yeah, that's like well and truly gone. I'm more than glad it happened, and especially when it happened, because it gave me time to come away, get back to what I needed to do, and look at me now, like I've just won that. I'd rather done it. I'd rather lost in that fight last year than smash through that guy, smash through another guy, and then do what I did last year on that show.
Yeah.
Which when there was a lot more at stake. So
do you think the loss helped you?
100%, yeah, 100%. And in many ways as well, because it takes off pressure, it takes off pressure from other people.
Is that the pressure of the O?
Yeah. I suppose it was the unknown, really. Like people, I'm probably only speaking, from my point of view, but it's the unknown of what happens when I lost. Okay. Like, can I come back from this? Will I be the same? Am I still good? Are people still going to follow me? Fortunately, they all have. I still, sell crazy amount of tickets, and my support base is fantastic, one I'm very grateful for. So looking back, I thought my world was over, but upon reflection, it clearly wasn't.
Yeah. And obviously we've got the title here.
And obviously I've got this now. Yeah. So it's all like a full circle moment.
Do you think if you had that loss, you'd be in this position?
You can never say.
Yeah.
You can never say. You can never say. It could have been the case if I won that. I could have won that before. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, you never know. There's so many if, buts, and maybes. I never really like to sit and think or dwell on things too much either. So it was like, all right, okay, that's that now. Box it up. Yeah. What's next?
Move on.
Yeah.
Amazing, man. So you're Coventry born and bred.
Yep. Through and through.
Literally, you are through and through. It's where the whole city gets behind you, which is mad. Because there's other fighters in the city that haven't got the same following. There's other fighters that have come out of the city that haven't got the same following. So it literally is like you're the boxer. In my head, sorry, you're the boxer. But you train in Sheffield.
Yeah.
So how's all that come about? Because obviously the Ingles Gym, famous, world famous. You've taken yourself out of a very small pond, Coventry, put yourself into a much bigger pond, obviously in terms of the city. But you've also then surrounded yourself by absolute lions, which are hungry as hell, which is obviously going to help your growth. For a young person, they're all going to want that dream. How did that come about?
Just through a friend of a friend,
Yeah.
really, you know, put a good word in with Dom for me and give me an opportunity to come up, train. Said I'll see you again. I think it was like 2 days after, and then it kind of just, that's how fast it literally progressed. And then I was there, say, about a month or two, and I said, you know, well, what's next? Managed to obviously turn over with them, and you know, started my pro career there, and I'll be finishing it there as well. You know, they're a perfect fit for me, I believe. And as obviously you mentioned, then like being from Coventry, it was like there was always the same trend in Coventry, especially with boxers and maybe even footballers as well. To a certain, they'd always get to a certain point or a certain level, and then whether it was fame or fortune, that it would change them because, you know, whether the people they were surrounded by or the the team they had, there was always something. So I thought the best thing for me to do is take myself out of my comfort zone first of all, which I have done. You know, looking back, I moved out when I was 21. Do you know what I mean? So moved up there, shacked up with, you know, a couple of other boxers who were in the gym, and I've not looked back since. I'm on my fourth house up there. You know, like my fourth living house up there. Obviously, had to move around a little bit, but I persevered and, you know, made it work. And I actually used this analogy. I think it was like last week when I was talking to George. I said my professional boxing career has been like a bit of a startup business, in the sense of, started off, things are all well, you know, then you have like a bit of a dip in something. Okay, that was like a medical issue. Then like, right, okay, you're back on the win again. Then you're closing in. You've been waiting for this massive fight in a business world. You've been waiting for this massive contract or deal. I get to it. I get beat. Right, okay, I'm back down at rock bottom, profits low again, and etc. etc. And then, you know, I persevered, and it's like, right, okay, I'm 5 or 6 years in now, and I'm just seeing the green. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, people see the success and whatever, but they don't see, you know, they don't see me living in shared accommodation in Sheffield in a 2 up, 2 down house with an ensuite and sharing with strangers. That it's there's a lot more to the story, but yeah, I mean, I've stuck to it, and, you know, clearly it's paid off. It was the right decision, and
that's why I always scream at you when I'm running, when I see you running. I just think if I can just give him a little bit of energy in that day, like, you know, just he could play, you know, like a Rocky moment for you or whatever. That's the only reason I do it.
Yeah.
But it's
it is getting more common. I mean, I was out running today, and
tell them I did it first.
Let's say there was about 4 people. Do you know what I mean? But it's nice because it shows I'm recognised.
Yeah.
For starters, and then another one will be like when people like see me perform. It sounds silly, but they'll be like, "Yeah, like we know he puts the work in."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And listen, obviously, we do live in an era where social media is heavily influenced on a lot of things, and people only like to post kind of what they're doing. You know, I have to do it as well. I always post about my training, but equally, I love seeing what people are doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather see someone posting their run than a video from a nightclub.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, sorry, I diverted a little bit there, but yeah, I mean, the work gets put in when I'm in Sheffield, and then obviously when I'm back home as well, I do what I need to do, and I live the life as of an athlete, you know?
No, like, so now, obviously, you know, I'm a mindset guy, but you put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely put in the work. I don't think anyone that knows you or anyone that even sees you fight, because you're a high pressure fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's ever going to say that you don't put in the work. But when you're in the ring and, you know, someone's putting the pressure on you just as much as you're putting on them, they're technically gifted as you, as much as you are, just as much as them. They've put in everything around them. Have you ever been in the ring where you've just thought, shit, this person's way better than me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, plenty of times, you know, plenty of times. And I'd say more so in the amateurs, because I was obviously fighting more frequent, but, you know, you could get drawn against the kid in championships who, like, everyone knew.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then, like, the only way I can just, like, explain it is you'd look through the competition, you'd be like, right, okay, oh, he's in it. Oh, if I win here and there, I'm going to fight him in the quarters, and that's how it kind of was. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're chasing your way up, and then before long, I then turned into one of them people that people would say,
oh,
bloody hell, I'm going to face Brad in this, or no, I'm not fighting him. Do you know what I mean? So that kind of eliminates, like any doubt, because boxing's a confidence sport. Do you know what I mean? So I get my confidence from the training.
Yeah.
Knowing I've not skipped no corners, knowing I've lived the life. Do you know what I mean? So whereas you'd only ever get those doubts or fold on yourself if when you're in there things are tough and you're thinking, bloody hell, I shouldn't have ate this. Shouldn't have gone out and done that. Oh, I wish I did that extra. Do you know what I mean? So I always stand on that. You know what, I do what I need to do, and that's where my confidence comes from.
Amazing, man. Training camp.
Mhm.
So I've boxed, I've wrestled, I've grappled, nothing like you. Nothing like you.
But you've done it.
I've done it, yeah. But I train every day.
Yeah. Medicine.
Yeah. What's the difference there? So like I see you training, but then when you're in training camp, I've never seen that. You getting fight ready. What's the difference? Like, and not just intensity of the training. Let's go in here. Like what's going on in your mind as well? So you're going to be getting absolutely blasted in that 12 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever the camp is. They're refining your skills. Cool. But what's going on in here? Yeah.
Especially with the training, and it's like, whereas before he'd tell me to do something and I'd always push to do extra. Like I am that kind of person. He knows that as well. So if he was to say rest on the weekend, I'd be like, yeah. I'll rest. I'll just go get a running. I'm fit. I'll get fitter. But like you say, that my approach now of doing what I need to, that kind of takes away the elimination of thinking, because I'm like, right, okay, I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But obviously with that, it's hard. Obviously during camp, I'm away from home a lot more. That's obviously hard, but it's not supposed to be easy.
Yeah.
So you have to also remind yourself that, like, if it was easy, or if I was sat having a great time, I'd think something's wrong. Now, obviously, I do enjoy my training, so that's a bit of a blessing. I don't hate what I do; I love it, so that makes it easier as well. So, but yeah, I mean, you just kind of sit and rehearse, as I say, just remind yourself what it's all for, and that's kind of what gets you through it. Really, it's not really there's not really too much to think about other than do what I need to do, don't skip no corners, and yeah, just
you're
just
putting all your trust in Dom at that point.
Yeah.
His experience. That's why you gone there, because
Exactly,
this guy's done what
Yeah.
he's got what you got.
Yeah,
what you want.
he's
So
coached at the highest level for numerous years, multiple times, multiple boxers. So, yeah. So it's just a case of just, right, okay, let's get ready to rumble. Do you know what I mean?
do you ever think out about your opponent?
Not really.
No?
Nah.
What's he doing?
Not really. Nah. Not really.
I'm not surprised at that with you though.
It's going to make no difference, isn't it? And that's not me being cocky or yeah. That's just me sat thinking about him before I go to bed. It's not gonna. What's he gonna do? Or me sat thinking about it ain't gonna make him train less. Or not train as hard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't get too caught up on that. I have them before. You can watch people too much, and then you start thinking, oh bloody hell, he's this and he's that. But even with my last fight, like, I didn't really even know what I was going to do until probably a few days before, or like, obviously would go over things in the gym, but how
training plan wise,
like how it was properly going to go, like go ahead. It wasn't like from the day one of the 8. We're in, I think, with about 5 weeks, but because I'm always in the gym, it's not a problem. But let's say we had 5 weeks of, right, you're fighting this kid. It wasn't like on that day, right, you're going to do this, you're going to do this. It was just train how we normally train, hard and smart, and yeah, just it works. Do you know what I mean? So I don't get too caught up on what they're doing. Like I never look on social media, that kind of stuff, because it means nothing.
Yeah,
like,
that's nice though, you know, because just again from outside looking in,
I can be at peace with myself about it. Do you know what I mean?
but that also shows the confidence you've got in your team.
Yeah, yeah.
So it shows that, you know, you're so set in that environment, you're so comfy in that environment, irrespective of win, loss, whatever. You know that, okay, cool, my team's got me. So that's why you got your team there. You know, you're going to figure out my training, you're going to figure out my training plan. I'm just going to come in. I'm essentially, like you said, the puppet. Just tell me where you want me to punch, and then that's it. Like, you know, give me the mark and simple.
Go home, rest, and look forward to the next day.
And another run.
Yeah. Another run or another whatever. Yeah.
So the ring walk, when you're in the ring, so the ring walk is however many seconds, and you're in the ring for a few minutes before it all kicks off. Then again, what we thinking? Down to the ring. There's that famous saying with Mike Tyson, like, you know, I'm walking down to the ring and I'm scared, you know, my guy's gonna beat me. But as soon as I go through the ropes, you know, I'm a god.
Again, and I'm not even saying it to be like boring, but like nothing. Like nothing. Like I say in my fight when I got beat, I remember walking and thinking, like, bloody hell, there's a lot of people here. You know what I mean? And then like I remember looking and thinking something like, because I was a bit obsessed with where people were sat and stuff last time. Like my mind was on the wrong thing last time. And
that's the time that you lost.
Yeah. So, and I had the floor plan. So I knew the layout. So I've come out. I'm looking. I'm like, right, okay, right, my block's here.
Yeah.
And I remember like looking up, seeing all this section of the people that were sat in that bit, and then turning around, looking at my name. Wow, And even my manager said it. He was like, even when I stood watching, he's like, you were like a deer in headlights. Like your mind just, and it weren't. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if anyone was to see me walk out in my last one, it was like, right, ring, let's go. And then I was obviously, because I had to walk out first. I was just walking around the ring, like not getting drawn into it. And that was a 10 times bigger occasion. That was an outdoor stadium, 10,000 people. Like,
because you're more focused.
Yeah, my mind was just on the job better.
Yeah.
So. They're always different. Do you know what I mean? They're always different. So, but yeah, I mean, if we're going off my last one, then it was just get to the ring and let's just get cracking. Do you know what I mean?
You ever been scared?
Always. Yeah, always. And if you were to ask what about, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to get chinned.
Yeah.
And you're going to wake up fine.
Yeah.
Or you win. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, well, you're going to get hurt, but you can't really be scared about getting hurt.
Yeah.
Because
you're a boxer.
Because that's just your job, isn't it?
Yeah, you're a prize fighter, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's a bit of a weird one. It's like nerves, but you're also excited. You have mixed emotions. Of course,
more scared at the moment, maybe.
I couldn't even tell you. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you.
But you feel it, like when you're in the moment, you feel it.
I've kind of just learned to like just be excited about it. Do you know what I mean? And actually enjoy it, because I think if you get too caught up and too tense on it, then again that's when your mind comes off the job and you start letting things slip.
Yeah. So let's say, for example, now like round 12, round 11, whatever. You're down in the fight. What are you thinking then? What adjustments are we making? What is it a matter of? Like, can you hear your corner? When you're in the fight, you can hear the corner.
That's probably like the only voice, because it's weird. Your ears get like tuned into like certain voices.
Yeah.
So like I like obviously always hear them, and then there'll be like a couple of selective friends that for some reason, no matter how far they are, my ears just tune into theirs.
Yeah.
Like into their voice. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because I've not been in that position yet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to say something on that, and then when I'm in that situation, I panic or whatever. So
like when you're down.
Yeah. So I can't give you an honest answer.
Okay. What type of adjustments are you looking to make in a fight in general then? So let's say, for example, it's me and you, and it's an even fight, and you think, okay, cool, I'm gonna drop the gear on him and I'm gonna push the gear forward. What adjustments are you making? Is it just a matter of you're picking up the intensity,
listening to the team?
Is
it? Yeah. Just listening, because you probably find it will get to a point where I think I've done what I needed to do, and then what I'm doing is not working. So it's like, right, okay, listening, do this now. Right, okay, go out, and then it works. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes it might not work. You know, that's just boxing. You can't be right all the time. Do you know what I mean?
But it's nice though, like you got so much faith in your team. Like there's a lot of people that will, again, I'm not slating them because I don't know them, but like for example, like Anthony Joshua, he was my team's the best, my team's the best, my team's the best, and all of a sudden lost a fight and jumped ship on another team. Like that's not faith. Like, you know, you're gonna lose eventually. Not everyone's always gonna win. Not everyone's a Mayweather or not everyone's a Marciano or whatever. But it's good hearing it because you've outright said you're never gonna leave. Now that if that was someone else, you might even say, yeah, but you might tomorrow. But I know you.
Yeah, unless something goes drastically wrong.
Yeah, but you're not. But I cannot. I'd already put money on it that Brad's going to be in Sheffield forever, like Coventry, Sheffield. So then, like when you're saying that you obviously at the moment you haven't needed to make adjustments. What about like round 12? You know, it's still going on. You know, you haven't got the guy out there. What are we thinking then?
Just find a way.
But what about like when the fatigue kicks in? You know, a little bit of self doubt. I haven't got him out there yet.
Just find a way.
Just as simple as that.
Just find a way, and then you sigh when the battle finishes. Do you know what I mean? You just keep going. There's no choices there. Do you know what I mean? You can't just go, oh, I'll pack it in now. I'm not a quitter, so I'll just, as I say, just keep going.
Do you think that's because you're so relaxed?
Yeah, probably, yeah. But I think anyone would say that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like anything can happen, you know. So you can't really, just because you're losing.
Yeah.
You can be losing, but you ain't lost yet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can still win. So that's what I'd be thinking probably.
What fight today are you most proud of? 18 years in.
Probably my debut.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably either my debut or when I won my first national title, because I was chasing that for years, and then I finally got there, and yeah, that kind of proved it meant a lot. And then of course, like my debut, that was just more of like a sentimental thing in the sense of it's probably the first time, you know, I've had to sell tickets, get people all in the same room, and everyone had a night to remember, and it was actually a good fight as well. So yeah, that was something that would obviously stick with me. And then of course this fight, you know, my first major title. So you could add loads to the list, but if I was to amateur, my first national title, and then pro, my debut.
How do you want to be remembered? You know, like people talk legacy. I don't think you're a legacy guy. Say if you are, I'm not. But
nah,
you're not like an ego guy where like I want to leave a lasting legacy forever. So
I just want to be known as Brad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. You are just Brad. That's the beauty of you, bro.
I knew him. He's Sam fella.
Yeah,
that's just me.
You've been running all the time. Yeah, I can bench more than Brad.
Yeah,
but how do you want to be remembered?
As that,
literally just Brad.
Yeah, just that. I don't really want obviously, I know I probably will be, but I don't want it to just be solely boxing because I'm more than boxing. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm a nice person. Do you know what I mean? Like
Very.
I'm someone different outside of boxing as well. So, yeah, just as me. Do you know what I mean? Someone an approachable person. You know, someone anyone can lean on and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not about the flamboyancy or stuff like that. Yeah, that's just not me. So I'm not gonna.
Would you say you're a killer in the ring?
Yeah, I've definitely got a nasty side. Might not seem it, but you know, you can't do what I do and then not have that. Do you know what I mean? So as long as you just know when to turn it on. You know, but I'm not actually an aggressive person. That's the funny bit. I hate confrontation. If I can avoid it, I will at all costs. And
I can't imagine you actually winning an argument with Georgia.
Yeah, probably.
No, I think
depends what on.
Yeah, but I kind of that's the thing because I know you, or I know enough about you. I can't. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard you raise your voice.
Nah, never.
But there's a nasty element.
Yeah,
when
the
gloves are on and you know you go through the ropes, there's you are a killer.
As I say, like you need it because if not, it's like well then that's probably when I'd get hurt because I'm not switched on enough to, you know, to sing to the opponent's hymn sheet or whatever. But yeah, I mean, as I say, I'm just a normal guy, I suppose. Yeah, bit boring for you.
No, it isn't. It isn't.
Boring,
but it's amazing for me because I would always think that, like, you know, when you're a kid and you're in your back garden and, like, obviously I've never been boxing, but more football. So I was like, oh, if I'm down in the game, I'm gonna talk like to myself to this, and I'm gonna tell myself I can do it. But you're the complete opposite. You're the complete opposite. So, like, it makes me question, like, my mind. Am I thinking too much into it?
You sometimes can. Yeah, I mean, you sometimes can. Like, I've got, I've got a good friendship group, and they've all got different personalities, dreams, ambitions. And what I think people don't realize is I've realized that now I've got older, it's okay to be different. Do you know what I mean? Like, the way I think don't have to be the way you think, and I don't have to push my narratives all the time towards you. Do you know what I mean? Like, because of the way I live my life, that ain't how you should live your life.
Yeah.
The way I think shouldn't be how you think, and that's ultimately why you have so many different characters in the world. So, yeah, I mean, as long as I'm content and happy with how I am and how I do things, and I leave a good, I think of the word. As long as I leave like a good impression on people, and people take me for who and what I am, then that's fine, isn't it? I've not given myself or my family a disservice, have I? So I'm.
But you're fucking honestly,
I
you're a
don't know,
dude,
right?
man. Last question for you, my bro. 28 years old.
27.
Sorry, soon to be 28 years old.
Yeah.
You're absolutely killing it in your career. You're doing very well in your personal life as well. What's something that you would want to tell your younger self?
Ooh.
Or to tell a younger person wants to achieve your dream? Where are we going with it?
See, it's weird because, hand on heart, if you were to ask me when I was a kid, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? I wouldn't have been able to tell you. I wouldn't. Like, I'll be straight. I've never been the person to scream and shout about being a world champion and I'm going to win this, I'm going to win that. I didn't really start believing I was any good in boxing until I was probably 15, 16.
Okay.
And then even when I turned professional, I never really had a proper like set plan. I just thought, right, okay, this is just the natural progression. We'll turn professional, we'll see how it goes. And it's probably only been the last 15 to 18 months where I've actually believed in myself, and that back in the beginning of this year, set goals for this year, and manifesting, and talking to myself and being accomplished and stuff like that. So, but if I was to speak to my kid, it can be anything you want to be, whenever you want to be it. It's down to you to do it, kind of thing, because I've had fantastic people to look up to, be around, pick brains with, and I've always found it's always when me as an individual, when I'm ready to learn or listen, that's when things happen. If you try and sit and have a conversation with someone who wants the advice but might not be ready to take it on board, you're just wasting your breath. And that's to do with like everything. Do you know what I mean? How many times has an adult tried to talk to a kid? Yeah.
In one ear out the other.
Yeah, straight away. And then they find out the mistake for themselves and then go, maybe he was right. And then that then triggers them to listen on other things. And that's what I've kind of found growing up. You're not always right, although we think we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just don't let anyone stop your dreams or your beliefs, because the mind's a powerful thing, and ultimately you can do anything you want, really, to a certain extent. And if you've got a dream, follow it.
You just got to set your mind to it.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's not until, and I mean, you've probably done it yourself. You've probably looked back and thought, bloody hell, how did I get here? I remember when. Bloody hell, I used to do this.
Yeah.
Now I can go and do this. It happens, and it happens in everything. Like, I never thought I never even thought about getting a house. Do you know what I mean? As a kid, I didn't. You just, as a kid, didn't you? You get fed, you go to bed, you get fed, you go to bed. And it's like now, like, as I say, like,
homeowner.
just got my own, my own house with George, and even then, it's a bit like, no, how did we get here?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've gone from boxing in, having my professional debut in conference rooms in football stadiums, to being a co-main event in a live open football stadium. Do you know what I mean? So these things do happen to happen to people. You just have to
normal people.
Yeah,
normal people, real people.
You just have to be patient with it and understand there's no such thing as like it happens now. Like it is long, and ultimately the only winners are the ones who persevere.
Discipline.
Yeah, discipline, patience.
Yeah, consistency.
I can, the list is however long. Do you know what I mean? But it's true.
I've got one more question.
No, that's right. That's right.
The importance of a good.
I'll be on the hour.
The importance of a good partner.
The importance
be careful what you say,
because
Lou's gonna listen to this.
Yeah, Lou's not my partner.
Yeah, no, but you're gonna kick you out.
The importance of a good partner. It's you need to have one that understands you first of all.
Yeah,
and people might listen and think, oh, he's only young. What's he talking about? But you need to understand each other. You need to have respect for each other. And I mean, how me and George are in sync and how she gets me, I get her. Knowing she has my back all the time, and it's priceless, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? It is priceless. And it's like the old saying, every good man needs a strong woman. And that is so true. And I've found that out over the last few years, and she's been with me every step of the way. So, and it's like ultimately, it's like, say, I know we haven't got children, but what I'm doing now, it's for us and our future family, and that can sometimes be hard to take on board for her because she's still young as well. Do you know what I mean? She wants to. She's as much as like my life is sacrificed and different, hers has kind of got to be that as well, because we can't do the couple functions. We can't do this. We can't just jet off and go here. We can't. There's so many things we can't do, but she supports me with that. So when I say like, this is for us and our future family, like she knows I mean it, and she'll appreciate even just me with that fight, because that's like confidence for her going, nah, like he has got this.
Yeah.
Not that she'd doubt me, but
amplifies the faith.
Yeah. Because if it was like, I'm saying all this spiel and you then go get beat, she probably won't understand the I can get beat and come back if I do things right and whatever. She'll just be thinking, oh, all that for nothing.
Yeah.
Do you know? Because that's how that's how people think.
Of course.
But like I said, this has filled us both with a load of confidence, and everything so far, touch wood, I've said come to fruition. Probably a little bit longer than what she'd like, but we're there. So,
and long may it continue.
Yeah, exactly that. She, as I say, she's got my back, I've got hers, and it's just the beginning, I suppose.
Bro, honestly, I absolutely love you.
Thank you, mate.
Pleasure. This is the second one I've done with you. Obviously, the one was a different one, but thank you for coming on again. You are, for a 43-year-old guy, an absolute inspiration.
Thank you.
Genuinely, it's one thing saying you're living a dream, but working for it. I know you're not living your dream yet, but it's going to come true 1,000%. And like you said, you got to believe it and make it come true. But seeing the stuff you do, the example you set for younger people, how you carry yourself on a day-to-day, the fighting and then running the next day blew my absolute mind, because I'm a very big believer in outworking people. I'm a massive believer in it, and I don't often question myself.
I paid for it on the Monday.
That's cool, but you love. But the thing is, Brad, you love it. And like when I kind of like look at myself and I was like, okay, cool, I'll outwork anyone. When I have someone that I see does that, and I could puts doubt in my head, I'm like, do you know what? I don't think I outworked Brad today, because Brad literally just.
If only you come Southampton, you'd have seen me running around the docks at 6
and I would have been there beeping you in my car, like, in my comfy car, and like then you're out in the rough. But it's inspiring. It's inspiring for, I don't want to say I've been around the block, but around the business world, I've been around the block and seeing it. But it lights a fire in me as well, and it's so nice to see. And it's honestly just a fucking honor just knowing you.
Thank you.
Yeah, my God, appreciate your time. Thank you. Absolute love. And the next time we get, which is the next part we're going to get? That is the international the world.
Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll know more and be able to spread some more light.
But the next parts are going to be bigger.
Yeah.
And as and when we get bigger belts, we'll do bigger podcasts.
Exactly that, brother.
My bro, I love that. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate your time.